Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. So after the flurry of trade agreements at the end of the last episode, we have 13,000 income, which I'm sure means that we can field another army here. What would be the organizational cost of running another army? About 6,300. So yeah, we have room under our income cap here to run a full army of units inside of that. Unfortunately, we can't do it right away. We're going to have to wait a couple of turns before we can set that off, because we actually need this 13,000 gold per turn income, because we now have the ability to build top-tier structures, now that we have a couple of settlements that are actually at level 5. And those tend to be very expensive. So, like, we're going to need to make an Engineers Guild Hall at 11,000 gold. Do we actually need this? Does this unlock anything? It does give us +1 global recruitment capacity, which is pretty cool. But this is not a huge priority, 9,000 gold. And then we need one of these at another 11,000. And yeah, both of the things you can recruit here do need that Engineers Guild Hall. So yeah, 2 turns of income are getting plowed into Carrot Cadron to catch it up a little bit on recruitment. And actually, we should probably start building it out again into a region that can recruit anything. So I guess, how much do I actually want Longbeards? If we're upgrading this, and this, we also definitely want to have a Hall of Oaths, and then we're going to need a forge to make it possible to get Ironbreakers and Hammerers. But I guess I don't actually want any of the things from the basic recruitment chamber, right? Because we're going to be largely replacing Longbeards, of both types with the guys from the Hall of Oaths, right? Hammerers replace the Great Weapon Longbeards, and Ironbreakers replace the other Longbeards, I think. So maybe we don't need to go for this at all. Maybe we should just focus on money-making buildings in this region. Yeah, maybe that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to spend quite a bit of gold getting Carrot Cadron caught up, but Carrot Cadron and Drakenhof are going to be like the core of our recruitment in the east. Drakenhof, unfortunately, is 15 turns away from being able to get to level 5. And we have a level 3 recruitment building here anyway. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to do? Oh yeah. On the subject of confederating Angren.
True king, what brings you before the heir of Lund?
They would do it eagerly, but I don't actually think that there's a lot to gain here. We would get Belagar, and as a general for our 7th upcoming army, I do like that idea quite a bit. However, we would acquire a bunch of land. It looks like his territory is mostly pretty broken up, like this is a province, but this isn't a whole province, and I think these 2 settlements and this are a province, so his territory is broken up kind of funny, and what we would get out of this is a temporary loss of public order, not enough to matter, and then an increase in our Great Power modifier. Now, I've talked about the Great Power modifier a couple of times, but I don't think I've really discussed it in any detail. You can see down there, at the bottom of this, they condemn Great Power minus 60. The Great Power modifier is based on the amount of territory you hold. I think it's a certain number of negative points per province that you own, or maybe per province in which you are present. I'm not 100% sure. It might even be a stepwise function, like based on the number of settlements you own. I don't know. But in any case, it goes up as you get more territory, and it is a stumbling block for diplomacy. So it's dangerous to take territory you don't actually need, diplomatically. That said, we're extremely positive with a lot of people. I guess it would be cool to be friends with these guys. Do we need the mountain range that they're in? I don't remember. And as you can see, the Great Power modifier is a problem for them. We don't care about you guys. Bretonia loves us too much for it to affect them anyway. I don't care about you guys. We're pretty good friends with everybody in the Empire. Okay, the Order of Lore Masters matters a little bit. This is a powerful force that I don't really want to have to get into it with, and we're on narrow diplomatic footing with them for the moment. Things are getting better, but they haven't gotten better yet. And then we need to make some friends over in the other continent. We're gonna have to actually get to the mountain ranges over here, which is gonna mean potentially crossing territory that is owned by these forces. And also, if we could get Hexoatl on side, we could get a trade agreement going. You know how I feel about those. So, actually, I guess we don't need their territory because we could establish our beachhead up here and then just push south. Yeah, okay, so I guess our relationship with them isn't super important, and we will, I'm sure, get some positive diplomacy from fighting Blue Vipers. We still don't really know what the situation is over here. But basically, I just don't think there's a lot to be gained. His provinces are really broken up funny, none of them are going to be terribly high value, there's no gold mines or anything at stake. But you know what? When it's time to put that 7th army into play, we'll come back and consider it then. I have no idea what his skill tree looks like, or what sorts of faction-wide buffs he is capable of giving us, or anything like that. Okay, the Empire's filling in all this space. I like that. So it may well be worth the trouble for bringing Belagar into our army. Like, he is pretty high level. He already has some legendaries. I'm a little nervous about how his skill circle was broken up there. It looks like he spent a lot of points in a lot of different places. He maybe has not maxed out any of the areas yet. Okay, we're still not actually seeing any of the proper Warriors of Chaos armies in our area. Yep. Eshin is like a honeypot. It's so weird. It's this one unwalled settlement in the middle of our territory, and for some reason, people just cannot get enough of attacking it. I don't want to get in bed with the Wood Elves. They make me nervous. So we already have an army on the way to deal with that. The other settlements around it are walled off, so probably the damage that Beastman herd will do is fairly limited. Norskins are backing off because they don't want to fight 4 armies at the same time. Can't imagine why. I hope the Empire hasn't been weakened too much by their rapid expansion to actually fight back. I guess we're going to find out. The Dark Elf turns are taking quite a while. That means probably a lot of stuff happening in the northeast corner of the map. Huh. And Queek Headtaker has been sighted in Death Gorge. That's not great. So he's one of the major Skaven factions.
Greetings. You know...
Still no. Alright, good luck, guys. Oh, Prague wasn't actually empty. Clan Mulder had it. There was a battle there just now. So, Queek Headtaker. This is a concern. I don't actually know where this Skaven faction is at all. We need to wrap up this greenskin stuff quickly, because we're starting to have other problems. And there are so many Chaos Forces, and there's still the Varg to worry about. And we're doing well, make no mistake, but there are a lot of things yet to be resolved. Alright, yeah, we're coming, Eshin, we're coming. So here at Carrick Cadron, we need to... This is a 5-turn upgrade, and that is also a 5-turn upgrade, so it doesn't actually matter which one we start first. This one does something immediately, gives us a little bit of extra research rate, so I guess that one can go first.
Aye. I'm going. Send me to vengeance.
Alright, and this will be the end of those beastmen.
Beards in belts.
Whatever, Thorgrim can march into the goop a little bit here, he'll be fine. So I think they won't be able to attack Waldenhof the turn they hit it because of the walls. It looks like they don't actually have anybody who has the siege attacker trait. He might. No, it looks like he doesn't. If he did, it would be down here in this row of icons. So yeah, they're going to have to sit still at the walls of Waldenhof at least for 1 turn to build a ram, and we're on them now. There's no way they get it. Okay, so that's one problem solved. Now we have this problem. Are these... Okay, these are both pretty empty. I think we should be able to handle this. So let's start by grabbing the guy outside the walls. We can lightning strike this guy out. 225 kills? What? Okay, auto-resolve. See, this is what I was talking about earlier with the auto-resolve. 258. Literally impossible. If we stood there, if I commanded all of my units not to attack, and we just stood in range of the Night Goblin archers, with all of their ammo, they wouldn't get anywhere near 225 kills. That's a really annoying... I hate the fact that I have to fight so many battles. There are so many battles that should be auto-resolvable that aren't. I guess we were just picking up more speed with you.
I grow restless.
I guess I didn't check Lightning Strike, did I? Or no, I totally did. That was a Lightning Strike battle. Well, I'm going to go ahead and auto-resolve this one too, even though we're going to take an absurd number of casualties, because we're just going to replenish super quickly here, so...
I am the Slayer King.
Well, apparently I'm going to have to get some more Longbeards, because we lost 2 units of Longbeards to that.
Aye, but the axe of Dargo demands blood.
Alright, that's fine. Doesn't actually even cost us anything. So over here at Death Gorge, we got this problem.
It beats is mine.
This is a very character-heavy army. Let's see, where's he coming from? Karag Orud could be Skaven? Or it could be stuff even further to the south that we can't see yet. Mount Arachnos, maybe? We need these mountains, don't we? Where's my objectives list? Yeah, okay, we need these mountains. What's Giant Home? Oh yeah, Giant Home's Crocodrock, right. And we also need Charnel Valley, which is... Okay. That's a minor greenskin faction. We can deal with them. So yeah, we're going to come into conflict with these guys no matter what. I was hoping to send Crag east to Misty Mountain to push the greenskins out of there. And it looks like Cradtommen has in fact been abandoned by the Tillians.
Keep Gracia scum away.
I'm a little worried that if we leave Death Gorge, Queek's going to declare war on us and take it. It has 6 units in its garrison and no walls. I'm also a little worried, though. Hold on. Let's pull up these guys. Now that we've met this faction, let's pull these guys up on the known races chart and see what our projected... Okay, so they probably don't have another army. This is probably their only army. My big concern there was that declaring war on him might lead to us getting attacked by multiple armies while we're busy, but it looks like he is the only... He is probably their entire armed force. So why don't we just take these guys down? Misty Mountain and Dringo Rakaz will have to be Ungrim's problem. I can't leave and have the Skaven establishing a foothold in Death Gorge, especially since Death Gorge is crucial to some of our trade routes. Yeah, our army's healthy enough for this.
Vengeance!
Their allies, the Dune Kingdoms. Huh. Well, hopefully that's not a faction of Khemri that are important. Both Khemri and the Court of Libaris are at war with these guys, so we'll make some friends by doing this. Also, an unexplored or an undiscovered faction of Lizardmen.
To battle! On my way. By the fort,
I think he didn't quite get far enough away. Yeah, we got him. Okay, well, this should be very, very easy, but I'm a little worried that it's going to kill all my Slayers and stuff because auto-resolve, so I guess we'll do it manually. They don't really have anything impressive. They have a couple units of ranged. 2 units of Storm Vermin, but the Halberds are almost dead already. We do have an organ gun in this army, and yeah, and we have gyrocopters. This should be a fairly easy fight. Oh shoot, did I assign that banner that I have? I don't know. Too late now. So yeah, new problems. We should be able to handle the beastmen before they can do any more damage. I think we have the south under control. It looks to me like the Khemri can control the western edge of this continent, or at least they've got things locked up enough that their problems won't become our problems. So hopefully we're pretty close to being able to really turn our attention to the north. We have a couple of armies up there already. Yeah, this is going to be straightforward. So we want to make sure that the organ gun can start firing immediately. Why is that not a place I'm allowed to put it? Okay, this is fine. Yeah, the catapults can be a little further back. Everything's still in range. Let's get the Thunderers in a... Probably pull these guys out to the side. I'm not 100% sure how line of sight works for the organ guns. I just want to make absolutely sure we're not going to block them. And then... Longbeards. And we'll just run up through. You know how we do. This is a pretty standard engagement. I'm actually going to take the Slayers... And I'm gonna not use most of our Slayers in this battle, because I don't want them to die. It's easier to replenish them than it is to hire new ones, I think. Because Death Gorge doesn't have any recruitment stuff, I believe. Okay. And we do have to be a little bit careful with the gyrocopters, because, like I said, they do have some ranged. The organ gunner should start with these guys. We can probably run this unit out real fast. Jesus. That was effective. And they do have some magic. The organ gun can probably change targets here. Their ranged is all foot ranged, though. No cavalry. So they aren't going to be fast enough to catch us if we just keep flying around. And I'm perfectly comfortable using my gyrocopters as just distractions. Oh, right! But they are Skaven, and so they can do this thing. I forgot, briefly. Well, here's what these Slayers are for. So Skaven can summon units of clan rats anywhere on the battlefield at any time. They are absolutely... This is such a good ability. The amount of times they can do this per battle is dependent on a couple of factors that are a little complicated. We don't really need to talk about them right now. But the important part is, whenever you're fighting a Skaven army, you have to be ready for their most basic infantry to show up at any time in any place. This shouldn't be a big deal. The Slayers should have this under control. I wasn't expecting you to run forward, because you definitely, very obviously have line of sight. So I thought, that would be the end of that. Alright, let's see. The Poison Wind Globadiers, I think these guys are anti-infantry? No, they're anti-large, so we do have to be a little careful. Those globes would actually be fairly dangerous against us. Alright, this unit of halberds should collapse pretty quickly here. Alright, now that these guys are engaged, let's let's do some stuff to them. That wasn't a very good hit. There we go, that's how you do that. We gotta check in on this. Okay, unit of clan rats in the gunners. That's a little bit more of a problem. You know what? We have a unit of warriors who's not really engaged in anything. All of you Slayers can just run over and grab those guys too. That would be very helpful. Okay, and it looks like we've run off most of the storm vermin already. Clan rats are not a serious threat to us. Oh, wait, if they're going to stop running, I'm going to go back after them. They think they can stand and fight us. Okay, this should be pretty much over at this point. Oh, the Rune Lord's not actually involved. Get over here. Fight Queek. Queek Headtaker, I think, is actually a very good fighter, if I remember correctly, but it's not a big deal. The rest of his army is already pretty much dead, so let's throw a quick Rune of Ruin on those guys. You do have to watch out for Skaven. They will absolutely retreat and then come back at you, and then retreat and come back at you. They'll do that thing, so... Okay, we've got those guys pretty much locked down. I'm going to have these guys turn around. Done a good job of preventing them from standing still. My lord is under attack, that's good. It's good to see him actually getting involved. Slayers, just keep grabbing them. They're going to keep trying to come up in the range, and we're going to keep making that not work. Oh boy. Yep, Skaven magic. It's alright, we're going to be okay. Queek is not taking any damage at all. So that's a little worrying. Everybody come back here and try to shoot Queek. Honestly, pretty much everybody just try to kill Queek. Do what you can with this guy. Looks like, actually, it might benefit us to move one of the units of gunners out to the side here. You can see they can summon the clan rats faster than they fade. Like all summoned units, I believe they do break down over time, but... Okay, well, we're starting to get some damage in over here. Those guys are going to have a hard time making it back to the battle with all of our artillery. Yeah, the gyrocopters are finally starting to get some damage through. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about this, but Queek Headtaker, of course, is a legendary lord, and as such, this will, see if we can finish these guys off. This will give us a trait. Just make sure everybody's focused. Slayers are taking a lot of damage here. Yeah, their characters are doing alright. The rest of their army is totally gone, though. I guess this is a viable strategy. A lot of Skaven units have real problems with leadership. You can't necessarily trust Skaven infantry to stay in a battle once the battle has been joined, but yeah, a couple of high-level Skaven characters might be able to stick around. What are you guys even shooting at over here? It sure looked like that volley was aimed at the air. Alright, it looks like they're finally breaking. That hurt a little bit, but this being their only army, I think that was well worth it. Yeah, we took way more losses than I was expecting. I just wasn't really thinking about the fact that Queek is terrifying. Still, that's probably better than the auto-resolve. Auto-resolve has a real tendency to kill your artillery units. At least it used to. I guess I don't know if that's true anymore, because they have definitely changed the auto-resolve quite a bit since the early days, and I try not to use it that much because of the fact that it does some things that are very, very strange. Like having a unit of Night Goblin Archers kill more enemies than it actually has arrows for. Right, for a single unit of Night Goblin Archers to get 200 kills against a Dwarf army, it's getting a significant number of those. I'm guessing probably about half in melee. That's the only way. It's like all the dwarves would have had to lay their weapons down in the sand and just wait politely. Alright, boys, you know the rules. They get 30 minutes, and then we're allowed to fight back. It's only sporting. Alright, what trait do we get from this? Oh, +6 bonus versus infantry. That's an extremely good trait. Enemy killed in battle. A rat.
Casting the rules.
Alright, back to friendly territory. We're gonna have to definitely go back to Death Gorge and rebuild a little bit. Okay, Death Gorge is in a region that has access to Longbeard replenishment, at least. Okay, so all of this stuff is under control. We'll have the greenskins out of here soon. Now, to the north. What are we doing up here? We still have to make it to Zoishank for, for that quest. I still want to take Erengrad. We know that one of the Norskin armies ran off this way. So these, I believe, are monuments erected by beastmen in places that they've burned. And these, of course, are monuments erected by Norska. Are they... I guess I never really thought about this, but maybe the reason they're pointed the way they are is that they're always supposed to point toward the Chaos Wastes? Could be. Oh, look at the little, like, person shapes coming off. That's really cute. I've never actually zoomed in on one of those that much before. Yeah, they're all sort of generally facing north, I guess. No, wait, this is the face of this one. No, okay, I guess maybe they're just random. Or it's whatever direction the army was facing when it hit. Okay, but basically, what I'm thinking here is that we maybe want to push west a little bit, and then come up north to Erengrad, because I want to chase that army that ran off.
The dwarfs need me.
Seems like a good idea that definitely won't backfire to me. Which one of you is faster? Okay, Guthrie is considerably faster. Wow, why is he so much faster? Oh, hey, that's an army of actual Chaos Warriors.
Summon me if you dare.
Let's see, I can get in front of Grombrindle's army while still having 25% movement. So we're going to do this. I'm going to stand here.
No, I will not shame my clan.
Go into ambush mode. And I'm hoping that this clan of, this stack of Chaos Warriors will see a 20 versus 20 battle, think they can win, because they have some fancy stuff. Big Chaos Warriors with halberds, a Hell Cannon. Man, Hell Cannons are a thing. The Hell Cannon has a deadly sentience, firing bolts of eldritch fury over great distances. A Hell Cannon's like it's a siege thing, it's an artillery piece, right? But it's actually alive. The Hell Cannon itself is a demon, and it, like, shoots souls or something. It's some real, some real Warhammer Fantasy Chaos stuff. Now, I'm not actually at war with these guys, so they may or may not come after us here. They might declare. This army is undersized, but pretty scary. Like, mammoths are a real problem. War mammoths in particular are a huge monster that also has a firing platform built on its back, and there's a bunch of Norskins up there just, like, hurling javelins. So that could be an issue. I don't really want to fight a mammoth. Do we have Giant Slayers?
I'm ready.
Okay, this army. Guthrie. Guthrie was thinking ahead. He brought the Giant Slayers. Okay. Well, hopefully some enemies will fall into our trap here.
Is mustard.
And then Kurgan is very, very slowly exploring.
Yes, let's move.
Yeah, we're going to make a lot of friends when we come over here and do some damage to the Blue Vipers. I think that's going to help us a lot.
Clan and hold. The Orcsman.
Grimgor Ironhide again already, huh?
For clan honor.
He must not have much of a respawn timer. Usually when a lord is defeated, they're wounded for like 5 turns. Oh hey, we hold this whole region now. Growth it is. You know how I feel about that. Oh, Dringo Rakaz is in the same region as Karak 8 Peaks. Okay. So that means that we have a redundant mustering hall. I think I'm going to cut the mustering hall from here. Well, this one can't be level 3 yet, because the settlement's not level 3. Okay, we'll cut this one for now, to build a growth building. And then we have some settlement upgrades available, but we're not going to do any small settlement upgrades. Okay, I think we're ready to move on.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Hopefully we can put away the Skaven pretty quickly here. This might open up an opportunity for the Khemri to move east, which would be a little inconvenient for me. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really wish Queek hadn't come up here. I wish he had kept fighting Khemri, because that would have simplified the situation tremendously for all of us. Ben von McHammer. That's a hell of a name. You know, I don't know a lot of characters who have that, like, that Von whatever last name convention, who have first names like Ben. I assume Grimgor Ironhide is going to stay put for a couple of turns, because he's building up a stack. That will probably give us enough time to take that that minor greenskin settlement south of the one we just took, the name of which already escapes me. Aha, you fool! Well, our ambush didn't actually work, but we did get him anyway. So when it says ambush failed, what it means is he didn't see our army here, but when he got close enough, we don't get the special ambush start for the battle, but he still walked into 2 stacks because he thought it was only 1 stack, and I'm going to consider that a success. I'm also not going to manually fight this battle. Okay, damage pretty minimal. Almost no damage to Guthrie's army. We got to finish replacing dwarf warriors. They're really bringing us down. Alright, that's 1 chaos stack gone. Make things a little bit easier for the rest of the world. I'm hoping we can get rid of that Beastman stack this turn. If we can get Skolny's army in position to hit them, we can initiate the attack with the city garrison, and there's no way the Beastmen survive that, and that, I believe, is that faction's only army. You can never really get rid of the Beastmen. I think I may have mentioned this before. They will continue to recur. Armies will just appear out of nowhere. But you can get rid of them for a while, at least. So we're fighting Chaos. If we start fighting Norska as well, that should get us in really good with the Elves. Obviously, the Elves are not big fans of Chaos. Sorry, the High Elves are not big fans of Chaos. I think the Dark Elves actually like Chaos quite a bit. Alright, the servants to Chaos were destroyed. Things seem to be going pretty poorly for them over there. And Moors has no army. Khemri is almost as powerful as we are. This probably represents them having 5 or 6 armies. So it would be cool if we could remain friends with them. Also, it seems like they're completely insulated from all of the Chaos Warrior nonsense down here. That must be nice. I don't know what the Tillians are doing. My biggest concern is that Tillia might get bored once we're out of greenskins and decide to fight other people nearby, like, I don't know, me, or maybe the Khemri. And if they do that, it could really destabilize this area. And somehow, somewhere, the troll skulls still survive. It's been like 40 turns or something, hasn't it? Alright. By a certain definition, our ambush was foiled. Wow, really? He's out here already. Okay, I mean, that's his prerogative. What do I think he's going to do? He's probably going to use Underway Stance. Like, I don't think he's going to Krabtommen. He's going to use Underway Stance to attack Crooked Fang or Dringo Rakaz. So probably we just want to be, like, in the area. We could like stand here, and then we're in a single move of either place. We could also stay where we are, replenish, and we're within an underway move of catching up to him wherever he goes. But if we stand here, we're within a normal move of either place, which means we could actually attack him wherever he goes. I guess, hold on. Before I do anything else, let me get construction running in Carrick Cadron. So we need this. And then, does that leave me with enough money to build... Nope, we're just a little bit short. Okay, well, hold on. If we have any battles this turn, we might make the cash to start that. And in fact, we know we are going to have a battle. Okay, it looks to me like this is exactly close enough to participate. Let's see. Well, I'm not getting the little arrow that indicates reinforcement. And I'm assuming that Thorgrim can't get anywhere close. What about the underway if I just go straight through the mountains? Nope, not actually faster. Get about the same distance no matter what. Well, I guess actually just stop in the castle then. We could really use the replenishment boost from being in a friendly settlement. Okay, I think we're in range here. There's an issue. I would describe it as a bug, but I don't know. Maybe it's intended. Where if you attempt to engage, if you go to this screen, okay, yeah, we do have them. Yeah, if you go to this screen with a settlement garrison, and then you go, oh wait, something's not right. Hold on, I want to change it up. And you hit decline attack. You can't attack with the settlement garrison again that turn. So I was a little worried about that happening. It looks to me like we should be okay to do this. I think we're probably going to have to do this manually. Gore are like the second tier of Beastmen infantry, I think. I think it goes Ungor, Gore, and then Bestigore. You know, some of them aren't yet Gore. Then you got your Gore. Everybody loves those. But these ones, these are the best Gore. But yeah, it's mostly just infantry. They got one unit of special Ungor spearmen. They do have this. This is a cavalry unit, like a good, like, not a shock cavalry. Good stand-in and fight cavalry, I think. Actually, no, 27 attack, 29 defense, but 42 charge bonus. I guess these guys are, like, shock charger cavalry. Harpies are basically just bats. Not very scary. And then they got a wizard and Khazrak the One-Eye himself, who is, to be fair, an extremely good fighter. I think we can handle this. We got like 30 units of dwarves here. Quite a lot of artillery. With that garrison building up, the garrison of this city has both a catapult and a cannon. It's a good start. So I don't know if we're actually going to be able to hit these guys with the cannon fire. They might be too fast. I mean, obviously we'll be able to hit them if they charge, but I bet they're going to try to run around us a lot before they actually move in. So we might be better off targeting the cannons. Okay, our reinforcements are coming in behind them. I think that's actually a good thing. Also, that totally makes sense. That is where we are on the world map. I think that's a good thing. What's the terrain actually look like here? We have a pretty clean shot. However, we will lose our shot, I think, as they get to the base of the hill. The cannons will, at least. No, we should be fine. We have a couple units of miners, which is unfortunate. These are just bad here. I'm going to have the miners try to play cavalry guard, because they're not going to be any good in an actual fight. I don't know. Miners might be able to go toe-to-toe with Gore. They won't be able to fight Bestigore very well, but... Okay, yeah, this is bad. It's not great. I guess we should manually target the artillery, though. Let's see. Let's take a shot at hitting their cavalry. We'll see. They have great weapons. So they probably are ignoring armor. And then you guys should just shoot at a unit of Bestigore somewhere. Preferably one that's kind of in the middle of stuff. Yeah, the special ones. Okay, and then we're going to mostly be playing as this army.
All right. Don't skirmish. Battle ready.
Yeah, don't skirmish. Probably. I don't know why you wouldn't want to skirmish, but don't do it. I hear them yell that all the time. It must be important. They're still yelling it over and over again. Honestly, everybody just kind of run at that guy. Like, we'll figure it out. They are fast, aren't they? Yeah, and these guys are doing exactly what I thought they would do. Okay, retarget. That's fine. We'll just fire into... Where are all the Bestigores? Yeah, we'll just fire into some guys over here. So these guys are going to make it impossible to shoot us with the cannons by just running sort of lateral to the cannon's angle of fire. That's fine. It is probably time to move you guys up already. One thing about beastmen is they are fast. That's a problem that I had forgotten about. The good news is the ones with the double weapons, the great weapons, don't have any shields. So we can certainly take advantage of that. Here comes my artillery. And some magic, that's pretty whatever. Oh wait, Slayers don't be the first ones in. Oh no, my hidden units were revealed. Alright, let's check in on this side of the battle here. We're going to get worked over a little bit on this side, but it's actually not a big deal. Remember, the garrison army matters only insofar as they draw off some of the fire. Because they're not real units and they will automatically replenish to full. We don't have to really think about them. So it would be good if they won this, though. I like this thing where my real army only has to fight half of an army, so let's try to make sure that this actually works out. I don't know what these guys are doing over here. I guess they're trying to engage in some seriously long-term play. Do I want you to engage before the rest of our units arrive? It's probably fine, actually, right? Runesmiths seem to be extremely tough, like ridiculously so. That's their shaman over there. I'm gonna actually grab a couple of these guys. Like, make a line. We don't need everything running in right away. And I want to make sure that the range, they're not getting torn up too badly.
Let the vengeance begin! Iron breakers! Strike out!
Oh yeah, we have iron breakers. I forgot about that. So it looks like the Harpies are planning to try to flank us from the side. Either that or they're just leaving. I'm fine with that too.
Nothing can stop us! Yes!
Get them. Try to get a good flanking angle. Seems like a fine time for armor buffs.
Iron breakers! Dwarf warriors! Yes! Kazu! Nothing can stop us!
Okay, it looks like the Harpies are almost dead already. Like I said, Harpies are basically bats, which is to say that they are really, really weak units. The Iron Breakers are doing that Iron Breaker thing. Where are my Rangers at this moment? Oh, that's right. These are Bugman's Rangers, not normal guys. Here we go. So I probably actually want to draw them, like... Let's get them over here. I want to flank around and shoot stuff from the side. Stromny is actually extremely in over his head. I thought he was going to be fine with these just being gore, but apparently not. Hey Stromny, why don't you see if you can get out of there? I thought he was going to hold up a lot better than he is holding up. Alright, looks like we're doing some fine work over here. Not great. Kazrak's all up in the archers, but what are you going to do? One thing I do like about that is that it means Kazrak's not over here, where our actual army is. I think probably we need all of these guys to refocus on Kazrak. And in fact, if the cannon could shoot him, I'm fine with a point blank. You just do what you gotta do. And then this catapult, I'm gonna try to aim it like here. Do as much damage as possible to these huge herds of beastmen without hitting any dwarves. Oh, that's right. You have to right-click. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this garrison force is fighting a roughly equally sized group of beastmen and losing terribly. Like, really, really badly. Let's retarget the catapults a little bit. Just try to buy ourselves a little bit of extra space. Okay, the Harpies are almost done.
Let the vengeance begin!
As soon as the Harpies are done. I would love it if they were actually in retreat mode? Because they're not right now. They're flashing, which means they're wavering. They're considering retreating. The good news is the way they've come in for this swing, if they actually do break, they're probably going to fly right off the map. So that's good. Let's get over here and try to be throwing stuff into the enemy flank. Yeah, it looks like the heartbeats are going to leave the map immediately. We gotta help with this. Okay, Kesrek's taking some actual damage. Focus on those guys. Okay, we're getting some damage on Kesrek. You guys are in fire at will mode, right? It doesn't really look like we're attacking. Okay, there we go. You guys actually engage, please. See if we can get the Rangers to actually go around the side here. Okay, so we're getting some good flanking fire here. We're starting to actually win now.
Nothing can stop us.
There we go. Throw axes into their backsides. Okay, Kazrak's losing. The garrison, this whole battle is going pretty poorly on this side, but they're doing a good job of being a distraction. Oh, okay, I have to double-click on the map to move my camera quickly.
It is a reckoning.
Yep. Everybody in. Their wizard is actually just like all the way in here fighting us.
For the ancestor gods.
We seem to not actually even be doing very well against him. Maybe beastmen wizards are better fighters than I'm aware of.
Yes,
Alright, you guys got incoming. But these are rangers, not archers, so they are better at fighting in melee. But it would be cool if they didn't have to. Looks like we're getting a lot of retreats, though.
Attack the edge! By the Lear's will! Armed and ready! Grimnir is with us!
Give yourself some charge bonus. Why not? Okay, it looks like this side is a total loss now, but we did some good damage.
For Grimnir!
And we're winning over here. Not by as much as I had hoped, honestly.
On the way!
And a lot of these beastman units are getting to run away and then come back, which always sucks.
Vengeance!
Get out of there. Yep, and they got magic, which sucks. Yeah, we're gonna win, but it is not a free victory. This is costly. So we gotta get over here. We gotta deal with this this Bray shaman. Are we on ammo? Okay, not empty. Hey, catapults. Could you maybe pick some more relevant targets? Try to get these things running and actually keep them running. Come on, break. Man, they just ran through an awful lot of fire there. Okay, there we go. That should be the final break. At least for a lot of them. So units tend to panic in, like, geographical groups, because one unit panicking panics the other units around it. So that's why you see all of this stuff break, but it didn't break everything on the map, because these guys were not there to see it, basically. Alright, looks like we finally got that Bray Shaman down. He's trying to retreat. He may not be able to. Unfortunately, a lot of these things are not permanently broken, the skull, so we do have to be careful. Stuff is going to come back at us. Let's fall back here, get back into some kind of shape. As it turns out, we still have some incoming. Let's see if we can get any hits on the Sons of Goros here. They're fast enough to dodge if they're paying attention, if they're smart. Yeah, we're just about to be completely out of ammunition of all types. Okay, we're getting some good rocks in. So our totally shredded force against their totally shredded force. A whole lot of you just get in. They've charged deep enough that they are automatically flanked by us, which is nice.
Move now! Kill them! Axis out!
No escape. Oh, they're going to escape. I tried to like fold in around them, but yeah, I mean, do your best. Get in there. It's going to take a while for any of their other units to be able to reach us. Kazrak's pretty fast. I believe he's got a chariot, but these guys charged way ahead of their allies, and they are going to pay the price. What are you guys doing? Fight! Wait, why do you have guard mode on? Guard mode on all my melee. Yeah, these Bugman's Rangers are gonna have to hold the day. Which fortunately is a thing that I believe they are prepared to do. I was gonna try to get a flank there. And draw ourselves around the side of them. Come on, I really would love to be rid of these Centaurs before we get hit by those guys. I think our units of Rangers should be up to the task of killing this Gore Herd, but I've been consistently surprised by the effectiveness of these Beastmen units, so who knows. Okay, they're not getting out this time. There are no directions left for them to run in. Iron Breakers up here and ready to receive. Okay. They managed to get out somehow, but they ran off the map, so that's fine. We still got a lot of incoming. I can't believe they're still fighting. So few of them are left on the map. They've got to know that this is over. And like I said, I believe that this is this entire faction. Like, when we defeat this army, they will be removed. But this is how they want to do it. Alright. Try to wrap around a little bit here. I'm trying to limit the ability for Kazrak to get out and charge back in. Want to envelop him. Somehow those guys are still eager to fight. Okay. This has to be it. They have to be done. Are you guys really going to panic because Kazrak is nearby? Is that all it takes? out here shaming their ancestors. You can hear the other dwarves yelling at them about it. I'm leaving the cannon crews right there. They're not capable of fighting. Okay, now that we've got the envelopment, just everybody hit Khazrak. Do whatever you have to do. Get in here and put an axe in this dude. Look at his health bar. It's not even going down. It's just impossible to hurt this guy. I definitely underestimated him. I thought this was going to be easy. Alright, Skolny, you're embarrassing yourself. Stromny, rather. You're embarrassing yourself, but come over here and stand next to us and at least give us bonuses. I don't know, charge bonus actually can't even help in this situation. You see, we have dwarf units breaking. At least we're all within range of the buff now. Can we cycle some guys out, maybe? I want to make sure that we don't lose hold of him, which is a little tricky. But I want to try to cycle out some of the more injured units for healthier ones. Yeah, I mean, we're getting him very, very slowly. Here's 60 armor for everybody. This is bizarre. There's still more of them coming. You guys, get over here. Somebody's got to fight all the remaining enemies. And I have to be real careful about who I put where, because apparently we're liable to break at any moment. Okay, Khazrak just lost a ton of leadership, but I thought he was breaking, and then his leadership loss stopped all of a sudden. Get in there. The Bugman's Rangers are really holding it, though. I'm very impressed with them. So the lesson here is, take these guys seriously. Take Beastmen armies seriously. Hit him in the back. Go, go, guys. I know you don't want to fight anymore. I know you're tired, but we're so close. This dude is actually impossible to kill. Maybe we can have Stromny hit him in the back. Let's turn on the unit panel. He has 310 health. You can do this. If you hit him once, he will die. $130. Come on. Okay. Okay, finally it's over. Holy crap. I almost didn't bring enough dwarves. What was that, 34 units? I think it's a 14-unit garrison and a full stack, and we almost didn't win. The good news is, he's dead. Bad news is, it's not permanent. It won't take. Yeah, wow, we lost over 2,000 dwarves there. 442 kills for Khazrak One-Eye. I'm so used to fighting enemies that break, you know? The fact that these guys actually made us kill every single one of them, almost, is something I'm not used to. I've been fighting too many greenskins and, like, vampire armies, where as soon as things start going poorly, they actually fall apart on the battlefield. 234 kills on that unit of Bestigors, 233 on the Centigors. That was extremely brutal. Also, what an unusually slow load back out of battle. I'm pretty sure that I did not move the game back off of my solid state drive, so I'm not really certain what is happening here. Okay. You're kidding me. He was in siege stance. His army's not still alive.
Vengeful Rudlord.
Well, okay, we don't have any movement left, so we can't do anything about that. Yeah, you can't catch up. You have... No, you don't have enough movement to get out of march stance, so we can't even do a recruit. Okay, that sucked. That was horrible. Gutri Gunderdrak, yeah, vigor loss reduction.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Do we need to turn somebody around to go and make sure that those beastmen are actually dead? Maybe.
The dwarfs need me.
Fighting those Chaos Warriors was apparently worth a ton of XP. No, we're too far north anyway.
I am the White Dwarf.
Okay, so we know that an army of Norskins went south. We're going to declare on Norska soon, right? So I'm a little concerned as to the position of that army. But I think let's just do a half move into encampment.
It's done.
Gutri can do the same. Just make sure these armies stay together, never out of reinforcement range of one another. Yeah, and then next turn is a real march on Erengrad. So I think, honestly, a lot of the damage that we're seeing here is Beastman damage. These spires are indicative of Beastman raising. So a lot of these factions were not actually destroyed by Chaos or Norska at all. It was this one random stack of Beastmen, who apparently are impossible to kill. Well, we did it. We served as the bulwark of civilization here. You probably need to go back to Death Gorge and chill for a minute before you go anywhere. You took some serious damage fighting that Skaven.
Yes.
And we got to refill. We'll just grab some Longbeards.
If you say so, Beardling.
Okay, and then we never did figure out exactly what my plan is with Ungrim Iron Fist. What I'm thinking is I'm going to move to here, and that'll make it risky for him to underway across to either of these places because we might get an intercept.
Onward.
He has to move, like, through us.
Beards in belts.
Yeah, alright. I'm just going to play goalie around our new settlements. So let's build a growth building. Over here, we're still saving population, but we're getting pretty close.
For clan honor.
Okay, he can't actually catch Ungrim. It's a little strange that only armies can use the underway. You can't have a hero underway stance past some mountains or anything. Melee defense, armor, or charge bonus. Probably armor is the way to go here. Okay, we're not making any settlement upgrades that could be made with 5,000 gold. Wow, we have a lot of places where we could do a small settlement upgrade. Alright, let's do one more turn. I know we just hit the hour, but also... not a lot of actual game progressed during this this episode. It's just some very long, slow battles. Alright, so we do have to watch out. Anything that is ruined, that we know for sure is ruined, could still become a Skaven ruin at pretty much any time. Alright, Angren's going to fill in some of this space. That's fine with me. Okay, he just went to Cradtoman instead, because we had positioned ourselves to make his underway move unsafe. Hopefully the Tillians are headed over here to help with this. I don't know why they bailed out. I wonder if they attacked Cradtoman and lost? Shouldn't have been possible. I think there's only like 14 units in that garrison. Ah, Kazrak One Eye is trying to escape. We have intercepted. Well, we're definitely doing this manually, because if I do it, if I auto-resolve it, it's going to kill my whole army, because we're injured. Injured troops just die during auto-resolves. But we should be able to do this pretty easily, because we're going to get a lot of time firing at him with our artillery and our rangers before he actually makes contact. And Kazrak himself has basically no health left. What a coward. Also, like, really, really, really impressed with the performance of those Bugman's Rangers. They did a ton of range damage, then they fought a lot of gore and stuff. Oh wow, a Beast Paths map. You don't get to see these that often when you're not playing as Beastmen. Beastmen have a stance that is functionally identical to Underway, but it has a different name, and this is the place that it is. So, Grudge Throwers all the way up front, probably starting here.
Satisfy the grudge!
It's true, you should satisfy the grudge. Always, every grudge forever. And then the rest of you are just going to hide, basically. Alright, technically they don't have to come to us. We have to come to them, but I suspect that they will move forward. Because they're AI, and that's what they do. Alright, so the Harpies are going to have to get dealt with by the Rangers. So I want to make sure these things are in range before I click on them, because I don't want my catapults to interpret anything as an order to move forward. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Try to hit Kazrak with a with a rock if you can. Look at this dodging. Alright, let's focus on the Gore Herd. We're probably not going to be able to hit Kazrak. He has 130 health left. I'm going to wait for these guys to be in a position where I can actually hit them again. Okay. We can probably get rid of the Harpies before they actually get to us. They are not very arrow resistant. I'm terrified of putting anybody in a position where they'll actually get hit, but we're gonna have to fight at least a little. Kill the Harpies, kill the Kazrak. He has very little health. We should be able to bring him down very quickly. Ah, stupid Grey Shaman. Really need you guys to get rid of him quickly. Okay. He's dead. Let's get rid of that guy. Catapults probably just don't do anything. I think it would be a good idea. Alright, he's gone. Okay. Casualties relatively minimal. We did get down to 3 Iron Breakers there. I think we're probably losing that unit of Iron Breakers. But the good news is, we're a lot better at getting Iron Breakers now than we used to be. So they are no longer completely irreplaceable. And Bugman's Rangers proving their value again. That was actually kind of a scary battle. Like, usually when you have reduced an army to this state and they're running and you catch them, it's just like a nice slam dunk to punctuate your previous victory. But I was still actually really scared here. Beastmen are not a joke. Even the really bad units are remarkably tough. I'm glad that I was already walking Stromny and Thorgrim back from Vampire Land, because if they had actually been up like near Grung's when this happened, we probably would have lost a significant amount of territory to that one single Beastman army. Also, I actually forgot to check if Stromny got a trait. Okay, those guys are actually done. Okay, he causes fear. That's pretty cool. Once he has enough health to safely engage in melee again, that'll be really useful.
You're not welcome, so I won't pretend to...
No, I'm not gonna pay you for peace. What on earth is he thinking? Also, what kind of army is this? Well, that stack was a lord, a single unit of cavalry, and 2 mammoths. That is not a real army. But, so it looks like Wintertooth is close enough that we can maybe take a swing at him. I have no idea what the trait you get for defeating Throg is, but Throg is a pretty scary dude. But probably the trait's pretty good. Please don't attack me. We are friends. You do not need to wound me. He's gonna try it. Maybe we could send the Lizardmen some gold. Just like break the ice a little bit with a big sack full of gold that we mined. Everybody likes that. I actually have no idea what the Tillians are up to. It's making me a little nervous. At some point here, it hasn't really happened yet, but at some point here we are going to have somebody that we consider a friend turn around on us. Ah, the Warherd of Chaos. Great, just what we need. Straight Chaos-aligned Beastmen. These two are actually in some trouble. They're not at full health in the first place. They really need backup. Alright, so we got a Talisman of Endurance. Income from sea trade lost. That sucks.
I am the Slayer King.
I'm not 100% sure that Ungrim wins this fight by himself. Where are you at? Oh, you're really far away still. Okay, probably what I want to do here...
What?
Oh no, I thought this was a thing I could move through, but that is not a pass. My plan was going to be to move to here and be in ambush mode. As it is, I don't know what to do. I have no idea which direction he's going to go in, and I can only sit in one of the lanes. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else needs to be done this turn. Yeah, Skulson needs to go to Voldenhof and replenish for a little while. Where are we at on this thing? Oh, that's right. We were still building toward the faster recruitment. We don't have it yet. Well,
Master of Runecraft.
you're going to be sitting still for a couple of turns. We know that, so we may as well just replace the Lost with Ironbreakers. Oh, we lost some Slayers too, though.
I'll cast the runes.
Here, why don't we just get rid of this normal unit of Slayers?
Rune Ricky.
I'm gonna get rid of some of other stuff too, so hold on. I'm gonna replace the Slayers, all of our Lost Slayers, straight up with Giant Slayers. Giant Slayers are gonna be really important in the push against Chaos. Then, I'm gonna trade out 2 more units of Dwarven Warriors
Can I help you?
for Ironbreakers. Okay, so in 2 turns, this army's gonna be a lot different. Also, we gotta, like, seriously think about getting access to Bugman's Rangers in more places, because they're apparently really good. Okay, what else do we want to do? Actually, we don't really have a lot of money. Never mind. We will get Ranger recruitment here, but it'll take a second.
The High King acts.
Alright, Thorgrim should probably go and resettle Eshin. His force is in pretty good shape, so we can recolonize here and then do some replenishment. Yeah, okay. Wow, that Beastman thing really sucked. We were lucky that we were in such a good position to handle it.
Shut up!
So Throg's army is not very impressive. It's small and it's also pretty weird. Cormac Ingerson is also not looking that dangerous, so we could probably roll up here and hit this war herd with these two armies.
For the wisdom of Valea. How can I help?
We're in pretty good shape, not perfect, but like we gotta defend Kislev. So Minotaurs are pretty scary, but aside from that, this army is less dangerous than the one we just fought. There are no Bestigors. There's one unit of Centaurs, but they're not great weapon Centaurs, and they're not a regiment of renown, so they don't have any special powers. This army does not have Khazrak the One-Eye, and doesn't have a wizard. They have Chaos Warhounds, which are actually pretty bad units. Minotaurs are scary, but we have Giant Slayers. I think we can take them. We also have two armies.
Let us begin.
That's a thing that is worth noting.
I'm here.
So who wants to be the engager?
What?
It's probably Grombrindle. His army's in a little bit worse health overall, but he has multiple units of Iron Breakers and he has more artillery.
I'm ready.
So let's move you to here.
Got then. I am the White Dwarf.
And I think even after this fight, we should be able to handle those guys.
Forward.
Oh, he ran.
The axe thirsts for war. Shoulder axes, lads. We move. Fight!
Okay. Here's a question. Do I want to manually resolve this, or do I think auto-resolve is going to be better to us than manual will? The thing is, fighting Minotaurs is actually super dangerous. We'll kill them, but they'll take a big piece out of us. And I'm worried that we won't have enough left, if we don't fight this well, to survive the attack by those two Wintertooth armies. No, I think we should be okay. Yeah, let's do it manually. I think I can do a better job manually. This army should not be as scary as the last one. There's a lot to be said for an army being led by a legendary lord. You know, I don't know exactly what Khazrak's traits are, but I bet they're pretty impressive. Yeah, see, the load in is still going pretty fast. I don't know what was up with that that one load out. That was weird. It turns out the solid-state drive is not everything. I still have, you know, an old processor. Alright, also I don't think Minotaurs are super armored. Are there armies coming in on this side? Hold on, we can... Unit details panel, Minotaur, 35. Okay, so the large amount of quarrelers that we have between this army and the reinforcement army should actually be quite effective. I think I want to set up on this side, then. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I'd actually put the organ gun about where I wanted, so that if these guys turn and just try to engage on that army, we don't have to do too much moving to be in a position to shoot them. And then... ranged across the front, and... lots and lots of Iron Breakers. So they don't really have a lot of super fast stuff. Minotaurs are only 56 speed. They could try to get the Chaos Warhounds around into the artillery. I don't think that's likely to work. Let's have another line of warriors here. With the hammers and this one unit of slayers, who basically serve the same function. Over here, and then we have... they have no ranged, I believe. So this gyrocopter just gets to wreak havoc. Yeah, beastmen are allowed to have ranged. They can have archers and stuff. This army just doesn't. So let's go drop some bombs. Here's the real question, actually, before we move on any further. Let me, first of all, try to target. Let's see if you can get a shot off on these centaurs before they realize what's happening, and then we're going to have to retarget, because they're going to do the same thing that the centaurs in the last battle did. The minotaurs should be very, very good cannon targets. Organ gunners, I don't know, just shoot whatever you can hit. And then we'll want to probably focus the artillery shots also on minotaurs. Or the catapults. Oh, I forgot my... Oh no, these... I was going to say, I forgot giant slayers. Why would I not put giant slayers in the right place? But right, these are units that are just coming in now. Now the question with this army is, do we want to just engage from the side here and have the flank? Or do we want to try to fall back toward this army and fight as one combined force of 40 units? I'm actually not sure. I guess if we try to cross, we're going to have the problem of my artillery units being too slow to do that. So I guess we're probably going to set up just over here. Master Engineer can run forward and have some fun with those guys. He's actually a pretty good fighter. He'll be okay. I don't really love the Giant Slayers coming out first, but I guess the only thing that's going to hit them quickly is Centaurs, which they should be good at fighting. Alright, I apologize in advance. There's definitely going to be some pausing during this battle. Oh no, they totally do have archers. They were just stealthy. I'm going to try to cross them here because they've really grouped up a lot of their dudes pretty close together, and I think we can get some good bombs off. Oh, the Centaurs are moving slow and just, like, taking the cannon fire. Not what I was expecting. Alright, let's group up the artillery on this side. Or the ranged. I should also group up the ranged on this side, just that I have easy access to targeting for both edges here. And that in general, we need to just kind of like move up. Wow, that is... Can you see the yellow on the ground here? I'm holding Alt to tell them to hold formation as they move forward. That's just extremely not the formation that you guys are currently in. Look at how far apart those lines are. Alright, well apparently I will have to tell them to move forward in smaller groups. Except you just keep shooting. And all of the melee over here. Okay. Alright, the organ gun projectiles are nice and fast. I'm not too worried about the Centaurs outrunning that. Yeah, I guess one thing that the Ungor do have going for them is that they have stealth. So that totally does matter. Cowards! I kind of figured that's what was going to happen. Oh yeah, you should have guard mode off, because you're not actually pursuing your target. These guys are in pretty bad shape, though. So these organ guns are actually in kind of a bad spot, because there's like this little raised bit of ground here. Not sure how I'm going to fix that. Let's have the ranged from this side, gather up like this. You know what, I might have to just command group a bunch of these guys. I can't. Organization in this battle is too bad. Yeah, you guys need to push them from the flanks. These giant slayers actually probably should be not fighting Ungor and should be running up behind the Minotaurs as fast as they can. Let's have him go to the Ungor. This normal unit of slayers can fight Ungor. They don't have anything better to do. And the organ guns, if they want to be really useful in the rest of the conflict, are probably going to have to move over to, like, here. Maybe more like here. That's a shame. We're going to lose some firing time, but I think they're really out of position. Okay, and the Centaurs are totally just charging those cannons. I'm going to let the cannons keep firing at them. See if we can get these iron breakers over here in time for it to make a difference, and tell these iron breakers to concentrate on throwing grenades at minotaurs, because minotaurs suck. Speaking of minotaurs sucking, Grombrindle, shoot fire at some minotaurs. Took a cannon shot right in the face there. They made contact, but they probably won't be up there for very long. This is just a bad play. I don't know what they're thinking. They need to get around here and get this flank. Yeah, you know what? If a unit of Slayers gets flanked by a unit of Ungor, I'm pretty sure the Ungor die, so I'm fine with that happening. Make sure we're popping stuff. Have you engage on that unit. Minotaurs are going to beat a lot of Dwarven units, like one-on-one straight up probably, but fortunately we don't have to fight fair almost anywhere, almost ever. That's just not who we are. You need to focus on these guys. And all of those giant slayers need to get over here. Some of them are apparently still hung up on gore, which is annoying. Oh, I forgot about Guthrie's... Yeah. Guthrie, run forward until you can summon an ancestor, because that's pretty great. Alright, we're coming, everybody. We are coming to your rescue. Okay, those guys are dead.
Nothing can stop us. We're the ancestors.
Turn around and handle that.
Hit your targets well.
Shoot into these minotaurs.
Lord of vengeance. Go.
I assume this will panic the archers.
Strike
Obviously, it would be best for these giant slayers to be involved with minotaur killing, but I will absolutely accept panicking archers.
Yes. Dwarves, ready axes. They have wronged us.
Well, shoot, if they're just going to stand there and fight, let's go over there and kill them all. All right, I forgot. I have to do this. That's important. Don't get distracted. Get those minotaurs. We're gonna grab these Ungor. These hammerers are already in on the back of the gore herd, but actually they should probably be focused on this beast lord. If we can get rid of the beast lord, that'll be very helpful. Okay, you guys. Those chaos warhounds are okay. Almost off the map. Good enough for me. This cannon needs to turn and actually fire at stuff. I don't know. The ranged? Catapult could be probably a little bit more carefully targeted. Yeah, right here is not bad. I'm going to use some manual targeting because I'm afraid of it screwing up if I tell it to target a unit and either not firing or firing into my my own guys, mostly. Also, I gotta remember to turn off guard mode on some of the melee. A lot of them it makes sense to keep it on, but not everybody. Rest of the giant slayers, except for this guy, for real, need to get the hell over here. Okay, this looks like it's going pretty well. Actually, have the Longbeards divert a little further down the line because it looks like this side of stuff is under control. And here comes our ghost. This dude's damage output seems to be terrifying, if the last battle that we had him engaged in is any indication. Focus on those guys. Okay, yeah. This is breaking.
Slayers! Let the vengeance begin!
Giant Slayers, get in here. This one unit of Minotaurs is holding strong, though. There we go. Okay, damage there looked pretty minimal. The part of Grumbrindle's army that took the initial Minotaur charge is a little chewed up, but not too bad overall. This might be a situation where if we have enough movement... Actually, it definitely is. If we have enough movement, we want to put Guthrie's army back into ambush mode, because Grumbrindle's army now looks soft enough that it will be an attractive target. I'm hoping that these guys are actually dead. They might not be. But given the state that they're in, they're not going to be winning any battles anytime soon. I'm on now. You know, I guess there is a lot happening on the map at this point, and we have vision of way more of it than we used to, so that might be playing a part. Okay, yes, that army is actually dead. Grumbrindle is slowly working up the good attacker chain.
The axe thirsts for war.
Okay, rally. We are starting to actually enter battles where we are not always at full leadership, so I guess that's a good thing to have. We could just...
You know who I
We could
am?
just continue attacking.
Summon me if you dare.
Grumbrindle has Lightning Strike.
Aye.
Do I want to just keep pushing forward? These armies are not super good. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just stay aggressive.
We march.
I might be overcommitting. And there is this big Varg army over here. Oh, Sirtha Ak. Ugh. He's got Marauder champions and stuff.
What? How can I help?
You have 24 movement range left, so you don't have enough movement to do anything other than just stand there in the open. Maybe we should back up. Put Guthrie into ambush mode, see if anybody will just wander into us and suffer the ambush. Because if I do move forward and we attack these guys, we can probably wipe them out, but they have large enough, scary enough units that will take some damage doing so. They have, like, magic and stuff as well. And then, after we finish off these two and take a bunch of damage, we have to contend with Sirtha Ak. Although he does only have 13 units. He might choose not to come after us, given the unit disparity. So we're still both 20s, right? Although Grumbrindle's army is probably not going to be 20 for long. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually pretty torn about this. I guess 90 minutes into the episode is an okay time to be torn about a thing, because this is a moment where we could just figure it out next time. I think that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if I overextend and get all of our guys killed. And we'll see you then.